Hi, my name is Binti Hisam, and I'm a student from Bachelor in Sports Management at Faculty of Sports Science and Recreation, University Technology Mara UiTM Shah. Today I will present about my research study, which is about motivation of participating in dance exercise among UiTM Shah students. First, for the background of study, dance is recognized as physical activity which contributes to wellness and health. A study by Calcutt 2012 showed that dancing has significantly enhanced health and well-being. Some Malaysians are too busy with their life and have been neglected to look after their own well-being. Dance can be taken as a form of recreation that can be provide the relaxation and also postmodern fitness techniques that can be used to restore the weak bodies through the activities by Archangeli 2017. In Malaysia, people are more like using fun steps such as aerobics or Zumba fitness that combines rhythmic dance-like movement with stretching and strength training routines to improve the flexibility, muscle strength, and cardiovascular. It can burn the calorie from 500 to 600 per hour. According to Kimbrough, Wesley, and Crockett 2017, motivation described as those personality factors, social variables, or cognition that can be achieved some level of excellence. For the problem statement, in Malaysia, the incidence of obesity is alarming high, and our country is ranked highest among the Asian countries in obesity. Declining physical activity contributes to substantial weight gain and obesity, which was prevalent in university-age students. The WHO estimated that 61.4% of Malaysians are aged 15 and older were physically inactive, that making Malaysia the top 10 most physically inactive countries in Asia by Salem ETL 2018. It has been reported from a global public health perspective that up to 70% of university students do not participate in dance exercise, and it concerns that university students are more likely to become obese in the future by Robert Reeve and Wright 2014. I provide three research objectives. First is to identify the motivation factors in participating in dance exercise among UiTM students. Second, to determine the motivation factors in participating in dance exercise between gender. Third, to investigate the significant difference of motivation factors in participating dance exercise between the gender. For the literature review, the motivation of a person to take part in an action is defined as intrinsic or extrinsic motivation by Sinri Lee, Johnson, and Dinkel 2017. Martin 2019 stated that in psychology, a motive is commonly described as a condition of physiological or psychological arousal that affects people's behavior. According to Kimura and Hosomi 2012, aerobic dance exercise were conceived as an aerobics exercise to improve the physical health, endurance, and cardiovascular fitness. As a beneficial exercise to maintain the health, low-impact aerobic dance exercise was recommended, especially for people who with low fitness or in elderly population. Aerobic dance also include a number of dance elements including the various patterns, steps, and moves. Often, the dance routines are combined as a long choreographic sequence to improve the complexity and enjoyment of performing the dance exercise. For the research methodology, first, research design. I apply the descriptive research design and quantitative method for my study. I also use online survey method, which is Google Form, to distribute the questionnaire to the respondents from UiTM challenge students who have been involved in the dance exercise. For the research subject, my target population from students who studying at UiTM challenge And the total sample used are 100 respondents. I use convenience sampling of non-probability sampling technique. For the research instrument, there were two sections, which is section A for demographic profile and section B for exercise motivation inventory EMI2. For the section A, it includes the gender, age, education level, days per week, and minutes on average exercise in the past 1 month, importance exercise to the respondent, and the respondent rate on physical fitness overall. For the section B, it consists 40 factors in this section, which is stress management, revitalization, enjoyment, challenge, social recognition, affiliation, competition, health pressures, ill health avoidance, positive health, weight management, appearance, strength and endurance, and nimbleness. I also use 5-point Likert scale from 1, very not true for me, and to 5, very true for me, for measuring the motivation level of students who have been involved in dance exercise. For data analysis, I use SPSS version 26.0, and I use the descriptive method for measuring the demographic profile and level of exercise motivation among UiTM Shah students who have been involved in dance exercise. The independent t-test is used to comparing the gender of the sample from UiTM Shah students. Next is the research findings. First, for the demographic data, my total respondents are 110 respondents. For the gender, the highest respondents are from female, which is 62, and male 48 respondents. For age, the highest respondents are among 23 to 24 years old of respondent. For the education level, the degree students are the highest respondent. While for the how many exercise days or week is the highest score among the respondent. Importance of exercising, the extremely answer is the highest answer from the respondent. And the physical fitness overall, the average answer is the highest answer among the respondent. Next is, first research objective is descriptive statistic of motivation factors in participating dance exercise among UiTM Shah students. For the green arrow is for the highest, and for the red arrow is for the lowest. For the highest score is positive health has the highest mean among other factors. The mean is 4.56 and the standard deviation is 0.572. For the Likert scale in positive health factors is very true for me. While for the lowest mean are belong to the health pressure factors, which is the mean is 3.27 and the standard deviation is 1.125. And the Likert scale for health pressure factors is neutral. Next is second research objective is motivation factors in participating dance exercise between the gender. The highest mean score are belong to the positive health factors. And both gender also scored the highest mean. For male, 4.59 and the standard deviation is 0.596, while for female, the mean score is 4.53 and the standard deviation is 0.557. For both gender, the Likert scale is very true for me, while for the lowest mean score is belong to health pressure factors, and the both gender score also has the lowest mean score. For male, 3.45 and the standard deviation is 1.139, while for female, the mean score is 3.14 and the standard deviation is 1.105. For this both gender in health pressure, the Likert scale is neutral. Next is third research objective is the significant difference of motivation factors in participating dance exercise between gender. Based on the overall factors, there is no significant difference of motivation factors in participating dance exercise between gender. The p-value is higher than the actual one. For the overall factors, the p-value is 0.459, which is greater compared to the actual p-value 0.05. While for the social recognition, it shows that there is significant difference of motivation factors in participating dance exercise between gender. The p-value for social recognition is 0.015, which is lesser than the actual p-value 0.05. It shows that p-value in social recognition indicates that has low p-value compared to the other factors. For discussion, first research objective is to identify the motivation factors in participating dance exercise among UiTM Shah students. The positive half had the highest mean score, which is 4.56, and the standard deviation is 0.572. And the score in Likert scale for this dimension is very true for me, while the lowest mean is health pressure factor with the score 3.27 and the standard deviation is 1.125. The score in Likert scale for health pressure is neutral. According to Lidom, 1997, internal health can be seen as essential to health because they want to escape some kind of inner discomfort or to gain some sort of inner pleasure. Health motives such as specifically life-promoting motive and health motives which are vital of life. Next, for second research objective, to determine the motivation factors in participating dance exercise between gender. The highest mean is positive health factor that includes both gender, which show male is 4.59 and female is 4.53, while the lowest mean is health pressure factors, which stated that male group is 3.45 and the standard deviation is 1.139 and the female group is 3.14 and the standard deviation is 1.105. Based on the result, male group has slightly higher mean than the female group. Study by Kim and Cho 2020 showed that in motivation males were more likely motivated by intrinsic factors and female by extrinsic factors. Female students were more on extrinsic factors such as health issues and weight management. Both gender has three similar interactions of motivation factors, which are strength and endurance, positive health, and ill health avoidance. For the third research objective is to investigate the significant difference of motivation factors in participating dance exercise between gender. Based on overall factors, as my previous slide, there is no significant difference of motivation factors in participating dance exercise between gender, which is the p-value is 0.459 greater than the actual p-value 0.05. But in social recognition factor, the table shows that there is significant difference of motivation factors in participating dance exercise between gender, which is the p-value is 0.015 lesser than the actual p-value 0.05. And it indicates that social recognition factors have low p-values compared to the other factors. Last, for the conclusion, the highest mean score is belong to positive health factors, which is 4.56, and the standard deviation is 0.572, while the lowest mean is health pressure factor. The score mean is 3.27, and the standard deviation is 1.125. The highest mean is positive health factors that includes both gender, which showed male is 4.59 and the standard deviation is 0.569, while the female is 4.53 and the standard deviation is 0.557. Male group has slightly higher mean than the female group. And last, based on the overall factor, there is no significant difference of motivation factors in participating dance exercise between gender, which is the p-value is 0.459 greater than the actual p-value 0.05. That's all from me. Thank you.